Okay, y'all, let's say you did a little much on one day. Let's say you moved all your furniture because you got your carpets cleaned. Let's say you did some extra amount of yard work or whatever, spring cleaning, fall cleaning. You understand. You get up, you're a little sore, you're a little stiff, whatever. Here you go, 15-minute mobility program right now. I'm going to use a bar. I'm going to use my little stepping pad. Okay. And one of the things that will be helpful is a chair. You don't have to have it. It'll be helpful. Have your chair. But you see this? This could be a doorknob. I don't know if you can see this, but I have a very immovable. This is like a piano a leg, a bed post, a door. You get in between the door. Here's your door. You take a wide stance at a door or a counter that doesn't move. You grab it, and as you push your butt back, you lift your rib cage and you drop your shoulders just for a second, because as you come into this move, you keep your shoulders dropped, you push your butt back, and you keep your back very extended. Your ears are at your arms, at your biceps, and you're pressing down there. Now, when you come back, see, I'm going to push into the heels, and I'm going to round the upper part of my back, which is into my shoulders, and I'm going to go back into it. And now the shoulders drop, the back is extended, and now I'm going to push into the heels, and now I'm going to open the upper back, meaning in between your shoulder blades. And I'm just going to hang out here for a second. I might do this 3 times. Then I go back down. My ears are at my biceps. I let my shoulders go. Now I pull my shoulders down and I open my back. Okay, open, open, open. Now come back in. So when you're down, you keep your shoulders in. I might have made you misunderstand that. So I'm right down here and I gently let my shoulders go out. Now I keep my shoulders out and I open the upper back. Open the upper back. I'm pushing into my heels and then I come on up. Then you're hanging onto the door, okay, or the counter, or your bedpost, or a chair, a wall, something that you can grab onto. Now you push your hips forward as you drop your shoulders. Now, as I go forward, I am not tightening my hips. My gluteals release. You drop your shoulders and you really keep your chin tucked, and you come down and drop your shoulders, and your feet are forward, dropping your shoulders, and then you come back to a neutral stance and you push your butt back a little. Then you do it again. You drop your chin and you bring the chest into the door, the counter, the bed, whatever you're hanging on to, the chair. Then you come to neutral. See, this is neutral. I'm going to take a big deep breath at this point. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to draw my shoulders. I am not going to tighten my gluteals. Release them. And then I'm going to do a gentle, very careful hyperextension of your back. Okay? Your toes are forward and your legs are very straight. Yeah. And then you just hang out here for a couple of seconds. And then you come back into it. And then you go gently. One knee is a little bent. Then the other knee is a little bent. Then the other knee is a little bent. So it's an alternating. But your back is very extended. Your shoulders are down. Then I'm going to step wider. I'm still holding on to the door, or I'm holding on to the counter, or I'm holding on to the bed or a chair. Okay, see how I stepped wider now? And now I'm going to hang on and I'm going to rotate now and I'm going to go deeper. Okay, so if you just did the first segment and this, oh my goodness, because see, we're dealing with tightness that happens into the hip and then tightness that happens into the back, as well as all the muscles connecting into the knee, into the hip, and into here. So that's what I'm addressing in these first two basic moves, okay? And you can do it all hanging onto a door. You want an immovable item that you can really pull against because you're creating traction. You're doing your own traction. That's what I want you to be able to do, is help yourself get out of tightness, uncomfortableness. Oh, I need to go take some ibuprofen. I need to go take some, and sometimes you do need to, but you know what? Sometimes you just need to oil up your joints carefully. See how I'm going to the side? See the move? So this move is the same move as I've shown you before, only it's a wide stance instead of narrow and going forward and back into a sagittal plane. I'm going into the frontal plane. Okay, so this 15-minute mobility, it might be more than 15 minutes because I'm doing extra stuff all the way. Okay, here's the deal. When I'm doing this mobility work, it is with the idea of moving in good postural lining up. Okay, that's what it's doing. And you're giving your hips, your legs, your back a chance to get fresh nutrients, fresh breathing deep into your nose. And see, I can go both hands and go back and forth and really push hard. I don't want to push hard. I want to get mobile. That's what I want to do. So as I'm standing here and I know I'm going to go into a side motion here. See, I'm pushing into all parts of my foot. I am barefooted on today's workout. You can be if you have a nice carpet. If you don't, then have a minimal shoe on, like a barefoot shoe, like Kathy was talking about. Okay, I'm telling you, you're gripping, you're bringing into the heels, and we're going to go right into the foot after I get off of this one. So I'm doing, in essence, what's called a 90-90. I'm just doing it a little bit different. Okay, I'm doing it standing. You can do it lying, you can do it in a chair, but it's part of this 15-minute mobility. See how I'm just grabbing here because I have this counter, and then you can go a little deeper until you feel the stretch in your groin. And here's the deal, y'all. When you have hips replaced, one or both, and you have knees replaced, one or both, and you have feet issues, I am telling you, unless you're in the floor, very difficult to get into positions where you actually feel a stretch in the groin muscles. Okay, see how I'm just coming right down into here? I'm going far enough until I start to feel this stretch right here. That's the requirement. That's why I'm doing a few more. Okay, just right here, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and then come back. Okay, then I'm going to step forward, take a big deep breath. I'm going to do the very first one up here. It's called up and overs. And then I'm going to be on my little pad because I'm going to go into the ankle and the foot. And I've got my chair right here. Okay? But the up and over goes like this. I'm going to step back here so I don't hit that fan. I have long arms. See, Kay and Chrissy would not have to stand here. They could go all the way up and never worry about that fan up there because they're fun-sized. I'm not. Woo, here we go. See this? the up. And when I think that I'm going to go over, here's the key. Number one, work your feet just a little bit. See this? I'm just working like a piston, just tiny bit. I just want to get some motion. I don't want to make it hard. I'll turn to the side so you see what I'm doing here, okay? Drop my shoulders. And all I'm doing is almost all I'm doing is raising my heel, because I know what I'm going to have you do next. And I want those feet and ankles to be a little warm. So I don't want you to stand stationary while you're doing this, okay? So I'm just working here like a little piston. My tummy is super tight. I don't say super tight, it's just bracing. Just brace it, okay? Do you see how I'm not bringing my knees up much? I'm almost doing it enough to just lift my heels. And I go into the front of the foot, okay? The ball of the foot, if you how we usually say it. So you don't even have to lift your feet. Lift your heel lifts. Now I'm gonna address the upper body. So my shoulders are down, my rib cage is up. I'm gonna keep my little heel lifts going. You can do it very slow or you can go at a pace, it doesn't matter. You come right here on top of the head and then you go up, okay? So it's an up and over, but I'm here to tell you, do not go over unless you've done a few ups, okay? That's just smart moving, that's all that is. So I'm right here under my chin. At this point, I keep my heels raising. I keep my tummy braced. I'm breathing through my nose. I'm going to go up to the top of the head, and then I'm going to go up as far as I can. I'm going to keep my heels going. Then I'm going to bring her down. Then I'm going to bring it under the chin. So this move from the chin to the top of the head and letting the bar rest on the head, if you will pay attention, your shoulder has to do quite a different move in order to go from under the chin, drop your shoulders, breath to top of the head. It has to do a very different move. And I would do, if you've had shoulder issues, if you have scoliosis, if you have any kind of shoulder delicateness going on, it's catched, or it's, oh, you're just tight here, or whatever. Go under the chin, keep your elbows down, drop your shoulders, big breath. Go to the top of the head and go all the way open with your hands on your bar. Now you're going up, okay? Do it that way to avoid pushing your shoulder too hard. Okay, the next one, we're gonna start to slide in the over position. And we're gonna go over behind the head. Okay, so I'm warning y'all. Okay, so keep your heels going. Yes. Take a big breath through your nose. Drop your shoulders. Bring it up to the top of the head. Let it hang in there for a bit. Make sure your elbows are facing down, not out. If your elbows are facing out and you're trying to do this, I don't even want to push you to go back over at all. I want you to get those elbows down. And I want you to get the bar on top of the head. And only then do I want you to try to let it slip down behind your neck. But you got to keep your wrist neutral. Okay, drop your chin, take a breath. Just hang out here for a bit. Just hang out here. And you know how we're doing this? We're just lifting the heel. Bring your head back. Don't lift your chin. Bring your head back. And now turn just a little bit. Turn. Turn. Keep your heels lifting. Yeah, keep your heels lifting and up and down, because I want to keep your feet stationary. It's kind of a safety positioning, because I don't want you to overturn at this point. Okay, take a breath through your nose. Keep your toes and the balls of your feet in contact with the ground. Make sure they're forward. Sometimes we want to turn our foot on this, That's not what we're doing this for. So keep lifting your heels. Now bring the bar up to the top of the head. Take a big breath through your nose, drop your shoulders and lift your ribs. Then bring it down, okay? So we did up and over, but we didn't go all the way up on that one. So we're gonna do that now, okay? So here we go. Get your legs going again. Drop your shoulders. I know, get your elbows down, look at your wrists. Some of you are moving a lot more in your wrist than I really want you to do because this is about the shoulders. And why do I know this? Is because any slug worth their salt will always say, oh, if I bend my wrist, I don't have to do that with my shoulders. See, I have your number. I didn't name names. I just said a slug that's worth their salt, okay? We'll put it that, a super slug. They will think that way. So don't let your wrist be turning right now. We're going for the shoulder moves. Okay, now you go up, okay? Now you take your shoulders way up, like really reach up. Now bring it to the top of the head. Now drop your shoulders, take a breath, slip it behind your head, all the way down if you can. Your elbows should be facing down and your wrists should be very neutral. This is what I'm talking about. Keep your heels going. Take a big breath, bring her up, bring her all the way up, bring the shoulders up, way up, take a breath, and now come down and come down under the chin. Yeah, now we do a figure eight. Now we do the figure eight. So you've already got your dowel in the right place. See how I'm just lifting my heel still? I'm still lifting my heel, okay? Right there. Might turn a little bit, that's okay. But I'm doing a figure eight with my arms, but my shoulders are down. I'm bracing, shoulders are down. Oh, breath. Big breath. Drop your shoulders. 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 Yes, yes, and yes. Okay? Now, we've gone from getting our back, our hips, our legs, all starting to open up to our shoulders, getting them to open up. Now I'm gonna just put this here for right now, and I'm gonna step onto my little pad. See that? Okay, so this is kind of a little extra feature that I'm putting into the 15-minute up and over. So the up and over is definitely part of the 15-minute mobility work. We did a version of the 90-90 with our hips. We're gonna do another one here on the chair. But now I've just stepped up into this and I wanna feel this under my feet, okay? Now, hopefully if you have balance issues and you know it, or if you don't know it, maybe you're the ones I should talk to. Make sure you're at a chair. Make sure you're at a wall or a counter that all you have to do is put your hand there, okay? Now, we're gonna start with one foot at a time. One. You see what I just did? I just dropped my heel and then I dropped my other heel. And what got you warmed up for this? Yeah, what we just did. What we just did. Got you all warmed up for this motion, okay? So this is one of the added features of today's little workout that I'm doing, that I'm calling it the 15-minute mobility move. Well, this is an extra one. See, no extra charge. This is an extra one that's going to keep you independent. This is why you want to do this, okay? You should be feeling a little stretch. See how I'm just working it? Just like what we were doing a while ago. Heel lift, heel lift, heel lift. Same type of a thing. Only now we're dropping about 2 inches, okay? Now, if you wanted to go into a more challenging if you wanted to say, okay, I want to really work my calves and my foot, well, do this off of a stair. That's all you got to do. As a matter of fact, if you would sign a little pledge to me that states every time I'm on a stair anywhere, if I'm going to the basement, if I'm going upstairs, if I'm going down a patio or a porch, every time I'm going to stop at the bottom and I'm going to do 10 of these. 2 sets of 10. Let's say that. See this? Yeah, just sign that note. Oh my goodness. Do you realize that this move right here that I'm doing one and then the other, I'm not even doing them both together. I'm dropping 2 inches. That's it. It would have the effect on you of helping you be more metabolically healthy. Believe it or not. There's really good research on this. That's why sometimes people call your legs your second heart. Yeah, it actually is, because the moves that I'm doing right now in your feet, if you're doing this with me, if you're in good standing posture, everything else is going to benefit. And even if you decide you don't want to be in good posture and okay, you'll do these ankle things, but I just want to hunker down, you're still going to be better off. Okay? Don't stop. See, stay with me. Stay with me. I'm doing every one of these with you. Okay? My feet are on the edge of the balance pad. It's barely 2 inches high or deep. And I'm dropping my shoulders. I'm breathing through my nose. I'm keeping my rib cage lifted, keeping my chin tucked. And every time now that I come up, I'm going to add something. Whenever I come up and then I go down, I'm going to tighten that cheek. Now I'm going to tighten the other one. Now I'm going to tighten this one. See what I'm doing? So I'm turning on and turning off the gluteal muscles gently as I do this. And you keep your toes spread apart. Yeah. Now you come on up and then do little tiny pulsings. See this, little pulsings? Now go down with both of them if you can. If you are having troubles doing both of them, then go back to doing one and then the other. So we're just going to do 10 right now, where I'm dropping and now I'm going into a heel lift. Now it's not a heel drop. It's actually a lift. And then I'm going to squeeze my gluteals and I'm going to squeeze my calves. So I'm going to come into the balls of the feet, lift as high as you feel you can. I got my hand just resting here. I'm not pulling or anything. It's just helping me stay on there. You do not lock your knees. They're a little bit soft, okay? Tighten, drop the shoulders, go way up into the calves, squeeze them, and then come down. And these are tight. Yeah, those gluteals are tight. And somebody said, well, how do I know? I said, pretend that somebody's coming at you with a big old shot and they're going to go right into your hip. You'll tighten. That's what I'm talking about. Drop your shoulders, brace. Drop your shoulders, brace. Drop your shoulders, brace. Go way up into the toe box. Lift those heels up and squeeze your calf muscle. When you're feeling like those calves are talking to you, I'm going to say, yay, that's what I've been working for. Everything up till now is to get to this, okay? And when they're just really talking to you and you're thinking, take a breath. Okay, can I do one more? And you'll know, because you'll not go up quite as far. Go up really high. And if you can't do that, then you're ready. You've done enough. Step off. Step off. Okay? So a heel drop and then a heel raise. Oh my goodness. And do it until those calves are talking to you. Your calves have to do this, especially for people with knees replaced and hips replaced. It is very difficult for us to dig into those calf muscles. And you can do it with no extra equipment anywhere except some stairs. Oh my goodness. Okay, take a big breath. Now I'm gonna go ahead and sit on my chair with no pad on there, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do the 90-90. So I'm gonna turn this away so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go right here. So this is one of the main moves in the mobility. And if I'm honing in, I'm telling you what extra ones I'm doing. So the up and over is definitely one of the main items on this. Now you see what I'm doing? I'm doing a 90-90. Now, could I get even greater effect doing this in the floor? Absolutely. But I'm trying to help you navigate the real world. And my guess is a lot of places that you're at, well, at home you can get down on the floor, but my guess is you're not going to get down on the floor. Even if I tell you to do it, you're not going to, but you're going to be sitting. So every time you sit, before you get up, go to the edge of your chair, don't fall off, and step to the side and drop the knee, okay? And go out here as far as you can, okay? Hang on to your chair, drop your shoulders, take a breath, and then come back to the center. And then drop the other leg. And this is a great one to follow the heel lifts and the heel drops because it's helping you to recover that calf and the foot. See how I'm just going here into the 90-90? And I just want to hang out. I just want to hang out. I want this to go as wide as it can. I want this to go down there, and then I want to open my hip by pushing myself back a little until I feel it. And my toes are flexing. Yeah, without load. They're flexing without load right here. And I could do this in the floor. Yeah, totally laying down or just sitting there on the floor doing a 90-90. But you can do it from a chair and get great benefit, okay? So I do that maybe a half dozen times and hang out and hold it so that you're going to go back and really open up those hips. Now I'm going to go straight from that to a cat-cow, okay? And again, if you're in the floor, absolutely, and we may get in the floor and do that in just a minute, okay? But I'm going to do it straight on down from my chair. So I'm going to come right here. If you want to get in the floor and do it, get in the floor, that's fine. But I'm going to be here, and I'm going to take one leg and just push it back there. Take one leg. I have to lean forward because I hit my couch. And I'm going to go back right to here. And I'm just going to, so what I would do if I were with you, I want to point this out. So many of us want to twist our spine because we want to get that leg way up. Don't twist. Your belly button has to face down. I don't want it facing out, not right now, okay? So if you're on the ground doing this, your knee is down, okay? I'm using my foot and I'm using my leg. And when I put my leg out, I don't twist, okay? I'm right here, and then the opposite hand is gonna lift and go out. So I'm sorry, I'm not doing the cat-cow, I'm sorry. I'm doing the quadruped. We're gonna go to the cat-cow, but I'm gonna do the quadruped first. So my foot is here, drop my shoulders, lift my leg, reach. So I'm just prepping. I'm prepping my back muscles, my gluteal muscles, and I can do it without getting on the ground. Do it from a chair. Just do 3. Bring it right out there, squeeze the butt, push. So this is the precursor to the cat-cow because I want my spine, my gluteals, my shoulders to all hold me in a really good position to give my back all the opportunity to turn on the muscles. So I'm gonna stay down here like I could be kneeling, squeeze my butt, opposite hand goes out, holding. Now, if you want to be more challenging on this, just put 2 fingers on the floor, on the chair. 1 or 2 fingers. Yeah, you will notice immediately that you are working harder if you just put 1 or 2 fingers down. Take a breath, then bring it down. Now we go into the cat-cow. So what's the cat-cow? I could be on the floor on my hands and knees, or I could say, well, I don't want to get in the floor, but I do want to do the cat-cow. So, oh, here's a chair. Let me do it from the chair instead of not doing it at all. You could also do this, putting your hands on the edge of your bed, putting it on a bench, putting it on anything, okay? So I'm gonna be soft knee. I'm gonna open my shoulder blades. Bring my shoulders to my ears. Then I'm gonna go down with the shoulders and down with my middle to lower back. And then I'm gonna bring my chin up and turn and turn. Then I'm gonna drop my chin, and then I'm gonna push my back way up, my shoulders all the way up to my ears. Pull in my tummy, hold it, breath, hold it, breath, hold it. And then I'm gonna go back down carefully, drop my shoulders, go down, keep my heels down. And then I'm gonna come up with my chin. And then I'm gonna reverse and open my shoulders. Squeeze my butt. Really open those shoulders, round the upper back. Then come back down. You might do 3 of these. Hold it at the top, hold it at the bottom. You're opening and closing your shoulders. And do it off of anything that you can. The counter, a chair, the floor, however you want to do it. And then back down. Take a big deep breath. So I'm going to go straight from that to the 3rd or 4th item, which is the runner's stretch. I just come with my knee forward to a chair, and I let my leg go down as far as I can. Now, you could do this in the middle of the room. You could do this standing and just putting your hand on a wall, or just get yourself in a chair. Now, getting down to this point might be very challenging for some of you. So I'm showing you a modification, okay? What's the modification? If you have both hips replaced, knees replaced, we are trying to increase our mobility. You increase your mobility as you increase strength, okay? And if you come into here and you just touch your knee at the edge of the seat of the chair, and you come into this point right here, slide your leg back and bend the knee down as far as you feel you can. And when you start feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fall, if I go all the way to the floor, I don't know what I'm gonna do, okay? Then you come back up. Don't let that panic you out. And you hold for a second. Then you come in, you keep your chin tucked, you're hanging onto your chair, you're gonna switch. Then you take the other leg back, okay? Keep your knee up at the chair, and you're gonna let your leg go back as far as you feel, and then you're gonna start to bend your knee to put your knee down. But let's say you're feeling like, oh, I'm out of control, then that's fine, come back. Take a big breath, do it again. Do it maybe 2 to 3 times, and then you go to the other side. So you're gonna come on down. So yeah, I can go on down, but don't not do this move. This is the precursor to a step back lunge. and you're doing it with an assist of a chair, okay? Drop your shoulders, press into the feet, and come right into the move. Go down as far as you can, then come back up. It doesn't matter if you can't touch the floor. Go down as far as you can, and then come back up, okay? And you might do that 2 or 3 times on a side. And every time you get to this point right here, and you're bending that knee to come down, and you feel like you're just gonna lose it, that's where you're building your strength, right there. Take a breath. Here we go. And finally, you're gonna surprise yourself. You're gonna get all the way down. And then to get up, you don't jerk and sling. You press in, you pull, and you push on your foot. And you have enough strength in the hamstring and all the muscles around that hip and knee to pull yourself up into the up position. Take a breath, push, and push. And you're pulling with this leg, the front leg. Switch, keep your chin tucked, step back. You're gonna slide down, touch, and come up. You're gonna slide down, touch, and come up. And you're gonna really go into this move here, okay? Take a big deep breath, okay? Now you can either do the next one from the chair. I'm gonna go to the floor. It's typically what's called the downward dog. And you can do it this way, and then you can do it this way, because we're gonna do both moves. So if you don't wanna get in the floor, if that's just not gonna happen today, then you do it right here from the chair. We started it with the very first move that I gave you of the day, and I did it standing, okay? Now I'm going to the chair, and I'm encouraging you to do it at the chair, or you can go down. So I'm right here. Take a big deep breath, and I'm gonna be right here into what they typically call the downward dog. I call it a V position with your body. And then I just swing and I come down. But you may not be able to do that. Then do it at the chair. Then I'm gonna push and come back and press. And then I'm gonna slide out, let the whole body come down. Go ahead and put the knees down, or do it at the chair. It's these moves through the hips and the back that's gonna give you greater mobility. So you don't want to overdo it. That's why I did it standing to begin with. Now I'm doing it, showing you the chair option, or on the floor, okay? Now let's move on to the next one. This is called the T-spine. And all you're trying to do is open up through here and open up through the back. And I'm gonna do it with my little rod so you can see what I'm doing. You don't have to be on the floor. You can be standing. You can be standing right here, same way. I'm giving you a modification other than being in the floor. If you don't want to get the floor, you come here and you open. See this? So I'm just going into what they call a T-spine, a spine turn. Okay, see how I'm opening back this right here, and I'm coming down, and then I'm gonna open my arm, and I'm gonna really turn. See that? Take a big deep breath. Drop back into the heels. Okay, so if you're doing this at your chair, you have to stay in control of your vertebrae, of your spine. Okay, and you come down. When I do it 3 times, then I'll switch. And I'll come right here, tight tummy. You could do this on the ground. I could be on the ground doing this, but I'm trying to show you how to do this. Keep your elbow bent first. Open up. You might do a couple with your elbow bent. And then you might want to extend. And you're trying to go way up and open through that chest and that whole shoulder girdle. So this is called the T-spine. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. All the way open. And come back in. So let me show you what that looks like down here. So if I were doing this on the ground, okay, it would be like this. Okay, and I'm looking. At first I keep my elbow bent just to get it going. And then I would open. And you're trying to get your arm way open. And you're trying to get your arm way open. And some of us have a lot of shoulder issues. You gotta do these. These really help keep your elbow bent, however you need to do it, okay? Now I'm coming into one of the last moves, and I will reiterate. We did an up and over with the bar. We did our 90-90. We did our cat-cow and the quadruped. We did our calf stretches, our calf working, our foot and ankle working. I'm coming on down to the last one. I did the T-spine switch, the downward dog, runner stretch, and now we're gonna do crab crawl. You remember the other day when I told you if there was one move that you could do to really strengthen your tummy, much more than sit-ups, is crawl around with not touching your knees and just crawl around on your toes and your hands. Yeah. I mean, if you can't do that, then of course touch your knees. So a crab crawl that I can do in the chair, and some of you are, I know you're having real challenges with backs, with different kind of pains, and you have hips replaced, joints replaced, back problems. Just lift your hips like you were gonna crawl. See, it's a crab crawl, but you keep your hands stationary. You just bring your hips up, crawl back, crawl to the side, lift your hips, bring it down, bring it back up, bring it back down, okay? And do it until you can't do it anymore. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the floor, okay? It's exactly what we used to do in PE. For those of you who had PE, some people didn't have good PE, or they didn't have PE at all. See, if just getting down, put your feet here, and you're gonna do a crab crawl. Now you see, at first, you might not think you can do it with your hands, and I'm doing a modified. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm getting into where I want you to go, which is to lift your hips, which is what I just did on the chair. First of all, drop your shoulders. Second of all, push into the heels and the feet. Okay? Lift the hips. Third. Now, you can see why I started without the hands. Drop. Yeah. Do a crab crawl. And just hold here and just try to go forward and back as best as you can, and then come down. That's a crab crawl. And you can do it on your chair. And you can start doing it. These are like, how many moves is that? I mean, I put some extra ones in there. About 7 moves. To be more mobile and to help get to where you can actually maintain your independence. Now I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna come right into this move. I'm gonna put my toes back. I'm gonna equalize. Take a big breath. I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna do some body swings that are, the move starts from my hips. Don't start slinging your arms. Push through here. Push. Let your arms follow. Drop your chin. And this starts the motion right here in your core. Okay, right here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Those 7 moves with a few little bonus moves that I put in there for your calves. And here's my wish. I'm going to know that we did enough to really make a difference if tomorrow you start getting up and walking around and your calves start talking to you. And you're going to go, what did I do that I got so sore in my calves? Oh yeah, I did class with Jeannie. Woo! Sorry about that. That's what I'm trying to do. Get you to that point, especially for calves. Okay. Really and truly, it hurt me more than you. Maybe it hurt Nancy more. I don't know.